Don Alfonso is sort of the master manipulator, and he makes a bet with his young friends that his girlfriends won't be faithful, and their girlfriends won't be faithful, and then he enlists the help of Despina here, because she's an earthy broad who will help with just pretty much anything if she's paid.
Exactly. I think Despina is in it for the money, but she is also in it because she feels as though these two sisters for whom she works have led rather cloistered, coddled lives. And Despina certainly has been around the block. She's had her heart broken, perhaps by a soldier, and so she knows what the ups and downs are of love, and these two ninnies, as she sees them, are a little clueless, and so she's totally in on a game that will teach them a hard-learned lesson.
I don't think the audience will see us as evil. I've certainly seen productions where Alfonso was evil. He was like Mephistopheles. But this production isn't taking that kind of a view. It's very much into the comedy of the thing. And yet, you know, when you've got music like this, you know, the comedy often comes with a tear. So, no, Alfonso isn't evil. He's been around. He's like Despina. They're soulmates in a sense. I mean, he's been hurt too, and he just doesn't want. He's trying to save his young friends from being hurt out of naivete. There's no saving them from being hurt, but he at least wants them to know what they're getting into with these girls, and it goes a little farther than any of them had intended.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's no evil intention or motivation behind it.
I just want to help. Mozart is often called medicine for the voice, and you know, and you have done a lot of early music, so I mean, you've been in this kind of gentle place with your voice, haven't you, for a long time?
For the most part, I've done lots of Handel and Mozart and that sort of stuff. I mean, I have also done my fair share of fabulous contemporary music, and contemporary music that is a little like the wood chipper to the voice.
Yes, yes.
So,
but even, you know, even Wagner and Verdi and Puccini can be hard on the voice, depending on how you do it. But Mozart, to be sung the way it's meant to be sung, has to be sung as purely and clearly as possible, and there's no hiding behind, you know, passionate sobs and artful growls and things like that. It's just, even though it's very expressive, it exposes everything, and so we love to sing it. It feels good, but it also makes us strive to do our absolute best, because, like I said, there ain't no place to hide. The great thing about it, though, is it's Mozart and Da Ponte, his librettist. Yeah. And so they're theater people. They're absolutely theater people, and they want theater. They want real characters. Right. They want the audience to be affected. So even though you're trying to sing this music as sublimely and correctly and carefully as possible, they really want you to enter into it emotionally, too, which Portland is my favorite city. I love Portland, and I always love coming back here. January, February are not my favorite months here. Nevertheless, it's still wonderful. We will see the sun, I know, at some point. I'd love to get to the coast. It's the most beautiful coastline. Ecola State Park, I just love the view from up there. And I love the Japanese Gardens. It's one of the most beautiful spots on earth as far as I'm concerned. You like Japanese Gardens?
I love Japanese Gardens.
Oh my gosh, it's just great. And we're going to miss the roses, of course, because it's not the right time of year, but those are spectacular in their time. But the Japanese Garden's great, and there's this wonderful Chinese garden that was just built about 5 or 8 years ago downtown, which is, you know, spectacular in its own way. There's just so many wonderful things to do here. And the city itself I love, because it's a real city. I mean, there are people living downtown. There are movie theaters downtown. Do you know how many major cities don't have any movie theaters downtown anymore? It's terrible. And there's good public transportation, and there's stores that are open late at night.
And found my way to Powell's. And oh dear,
almost didn't come out.
Almost didn't come out. Just realized that I could sleep on a little yoga mat in the corner and stay there, eat 3 meals a day in the coffee shop, and just read and wallow to my heart's content. But I'm here to do an opera, so I will be doing this opera. But I did make a dent yesterday at Powell's, and seems like a very, very friendly town, and certainly the company is really welcoming, and just remarkable people to work with here, both in terms of the cast and the administration and donors and the whole 9 yards. It's quite warm and fuzzy, so I'm happy to be here.